Well, it's time for an update from Lakeview House. We have some new additions, as you can see. These little kittens all have names, but I haven't memorised them yet. We have 5 of them, owing to our vet's wrong advice that 6-month-old cats couldn't get pregnant. The black one is a bit bigger now. This was the runt. It's actually got quite big. We discovered that he was a she, so that one's at risk as well. And the real difference is taking place behind me. You can see the pond is now in full bloom. We have some fabulous water lilies that I must photograph in a moment. There's no fish food around. We've had some friends staying here. I hope that doesn't mean that all the fish have gone. They've probably just forgotten what it's like to be fed. You can see we have a pretty impressive team of people here preparing the ground for my jogging track around our garden. Over in the corner you can see the water tanks which have been built for irrigating the garden, and the blue tank there is the backup tank for when the water disappears. These are some old trees that are being hacked out, and I guess what people are doing here is preparing the grass for planting grass seed, which is scheduled in just a couple of weeks. You can see around there the new pond. I'm just going to walk around the other side of the house. You can see here we have a hive of activity, some kind of drain that's being dug. Not quite sure what's happening there. Where there was once a fence, there's now nothing, and the entire field has been raised by 1 metre. That used to be a sunken rice field. The really big change is just here, where we have our new supposedly swimming pond. Not quite sure what we have to do to make it swimmable in. Anyway, this is the artesian water that's sprung up. These are 2 large plants that are part of it. You can see it's a sort of figure of 8, and the theory is that we have a platform just here with a ladder on, and each morning I swim from there along to there. You can see in the distance the various trees that have been taken from I don't know where, brought here. Palm trees. This one looks as though it's in need of a bit of water. This is looking as though it's going to be rather fine. A tree surrounded by shrubs at the bottom. And we have to do something more with our gate posts. Over there, and you can see what they're drilling now. It must be some kind of water escape pipe. They've also built a path around the main pond so that the jogging track will go all the way around. I just carried on walking around a bit further. This is the first scenic walk, which will be surrounded by grass at some point. So the birds have already taken up residence. You can see just how big this piece of land is. I hadn't realised it was quite this big. And there's the house. I forgot to remark on one thing, which is that the presence of the blue tank, you can just see it over there, means that back here, where the blue tank was, we now have some space. This is where the eyesore was. And here's some more plants being put in, I guess. Well, since at least 2 of the kittens will be gone, and all of them will have to go somewhere, I thought I'd try and capture some virtual kitten play for you. So this is the all black one. This is the sort of niece or nephew of Xena in spirit. This is the closest we've got to Spitty, the black and white one. And this little corner, not sure whether all these plants were here to start with, but they've somehow ended up. Some of it I think is plants that have been cut down, and some of the pot plants. And cats have great fun climbing up here. They seem to be experimenting with learning how to hunt. So they'll hunt down a leaf. This is give and play. We can see that the black one is indeed the spirit of Xena. You can see why I don't let these inside the house. I found them all lying on the sofa, dug in between a cushion and the woven basket work at some point. That wouldn't have been long before they... Oh, there's one doing a bit of climbing inside the plant. Well, they seem to like lying in flower pots. Not much fun going on here. I found a large toad sitting outside the large dead toad with its neck broken, sitting outside the cat's room last night. I trod on it and thought it was a pile of cat crap, and this morning found the poor thing spread-eagled with its neck broken, but not eaten, just toyed with, played with, killed and then left. I guess its species can at least be grateful that the evil-smelling odour that they emit meant that its body was sacred in death. Not much of a defence against being attacked in the first place, though. Somebody was saying the other day that the toad didn't do very well in the evolution stakes. Lying still and smelling awful doesn't always work as a way of keeping predators at bay. Sometimes these cats look more like monkeys playing than cats, the way they swing around each other. Okay, well, I guess there's only so much fun you can have watching cats play on a video. They're getting incredibly good at climbing. The other day I had these doors open and the cats had somehow climbed up here, getting their claws in the mesh, and two kittens were staring at me at eye level, and gradually they managed to sort of slide their way back down again and get out the bottom. Couldn't quite believe what I was seeing. There's no danger of these not knowing how to hunt. Hello, cat. Arr. So, how are you, young fellow, my lad? Or fellow, my miss? Not very talkative, I can see. Okay. What about your brother or sister here? Eh? You're the prettiest one, aren't you? You're the one that climbs up highest. Watch your back. Someone's going to jump on you. Or you're going to jump on somebody else. There's the good-natured mother. Occasionally gets so irritated by her offspring that she'll raise a paw at them. By and large is pretty tolerant. Guess that goes with the DNA. Let's see what changes we have out here since I last brought my camera out about 5 days ago.